What if your anger is not your enemy, but your greatest untapped teacher? Everyone tells you to calm down, to breathe, to count to 10. But the Stoics, the most battle-hardened philosophers who ever lived, never told you to suppress your fire. They told you something far more powerful. They told you to understand it, to master it, to use it. Because an unmastered anger doesn't just ruin your day. It ruins your relationships, your reputation, and slowly, quietly, it ruins you. Today, we're going deep. 7 ancient truths that will change the way you feel, the way you react, and the way you live. This isn't a self-help checklist. This is a philosophy of power. Lesson 1. Breathe slower, think sharper. Before you speak, before you act, your body has already decided. Your heart rate spikes. Your chest tightens. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. In that moment, you are not a rational being. You are an animal reacting to a perceived threat. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the power of the pause, of inserting space between stimulus and response. And modern neuroscience confirms it. A single slow, deep breath activates the vagus nerve, shifts your nervous system from fight or flight to calm clarity, and quite literally hands control back to your prefrontal cortex, the seat of reason. So before you fire back in that meeting, before you respond to that text that made your blood boil, breathe. Not because you're weak. Because you're wise enough to choose your moment. The warrior sharpens the blade before the battle. Lesson 2. Starve the flame, save your peace. Here is the hard truth: most of your anger is not caused by what happened. It is caused by the story you told yourself about what happened. Your colleague didn't say hello this morning. Immediately, your mind constructs a narrative: she's ignoring me. She's still upset. She thinks she's better than me. You've already sentenced someone based on evidence that doesn't exist. The Stoics called this false impressions, the mental fabrications we mistake for facts. Epictetus said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things." Strip away the assumption. Return to the raw fact. Your colleague didn't greet you. That's all. Nothing more. When you kill the story, you starve the flame. Anger without fuel cannot survive. Lesson 3. Ready for anything, the secret to staying grounded. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, began every morning by reminding himself, "Today, I will meet ingratitude, dishonesty, jealousy, and cruelty." Not as pessimism, but as preparation. We get angry largely because we are surprised. We expect people to be reasonable, fair, and kind, and when they aren't, we feel betrayed. But the Stoic asks, why are you surprised? Human nature has not changed in 10,000 years. The driver who cuts you off, expected. The coworker who steals credit, expected. The friend who lets you down, expected. Not because people are bad, but because people are human. When you expect the full spectrum of human behavior, nothing can catch you off guard. You become unshakable, not cold, but prepared. Lesson 4. Make their fire your fuel. Every provocation is an invitation. An invitation to break, or to grow. The Stoics view difficult people not as obstacles but as training partners. Seneca wrote that we should thank those who challenge our patience, because without resistance, the muscle of self-mastery cannot strengthen. A sword is not forged in comfort. It is forged in fire. The next time someone tries to provoke you, the colleague who needles, the stranger who disrespects, the critic who cuts, ask yourself, what strength is this moment trying to build in me? You transform your aggressor into your teacher. Their fire becomes your forge. and you emerge harder, sharper, more refined than before. Lesson 5. When life feels heavy, move first and think later. Anger is energy. And energy cannot be destroyed, only redirected. When you sit still and replay the offense in your mind, you are not processing your anger. You are feeding it. Every replay sends another surge of adrenaline through your body. The mind creates a loop, and the loop becomes a cage. The ancient Stoics moved. They walked, for miles, sometimes. Movement breaks the neurological loop. It metabolizes the stress hormones coursing through your bloodstream. It shifts your perspective, literally and figuratively. Go for a run. Do push-ups until your arms fail. Chop wood. Clean your space. Channel the fire into something that builds rather than burns. Action is the antidote to obsession. Lesson 6. Shrink the ego, set the soul free. Ask yourself honestly, why does the insult sting so much? Why does the dismissal feel so devastating? Because somewhere inside, you need their approval. You have tied your sense of worth to how others see you. And that rope is a leash. Marcus Aurelius asked himself, how much better is it to be known for what you truly are, than to receive praise for what you are not? When you release the need for external validation, when you build your identity from the inside out, insults lose their landing pad. There is nowhere for them to stick. The man who knows his own worth cannot be made to feel worthless by another's words. Shrink the ego. What remains is something far greater, a self that cannot be touched. Lesson 7. Fix it fast before it turns into a mess. There is a moment, brief, blinking, easy to miss, right before everything goes too far. The Stoics called this the first movement, the initial spark before the blaze. And they taught one iron rule: catch it there. Once the argument ignites, ego takes command. You stop trying to resolve the conflict and start trying to win it. Words get said that cannot be unsaid. Relationships fracture. And for what? To get the last word? The wisest thing you can do in a heated moment is the hardest thing: stop. Walk away. Go silent. Not because you've surrendered, but because you've chosen the battle you actually want to win. The war for your peace of mind. The Stoic does not chase the last word, because the Stoic has already won. Final reflection. You are stronger than your anger. Here is what the Stoics knew, and what the modern world has forgotten: anger is not a sign of passion. It is a sign of a mind that has lost its footing. And every time you master it, every single time, you become more of who you were always meant to be. 7 lessons. 1 truth: you are not at the mercy of your emotions. You are their master. The breath is the first sword. The pause is the first shield. And self-knowledge, real, honest, unflinching self-knowledge, is the fortress that no force on earth can breach. You've carried this fire long enough. Now, it's time to forge something with it. Call to action: if this wisdom moved something in you, if even one of these lessons felt like a key turning in a lock, then please, do something meaningful with that feeling. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Not because they're angry, but because they deserve to be free. Drop a comment below with just one word, the quality you're committing to building in yourself. Patience. Discipline. Calm. Let's build that together. Thank you, truly, for staying until the end. That tells me something important about you: you are someone who takes their inner life seriously. Someone who understands that the greatest battles are never fought on the outside. That kind of person is rare. And rare is valuable. Remember this: the world will always give you reasons to be angry. The Stoic chooses, every time, to rise above them. Not out of weakness. Out of absolute, unshakable strength. Until next time, stay calm, stay disciplined, and stay unbreakable.